Is brought to you by Visit Lauderdale.com.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome bay with shafafa on the side.
Happy Friday, everybody, and it's almost the weekend, and we're here on Mike Mayo's Lunchbox, and boy, it just keeps getting better and better, Jeff Defo DeForest. We're here at a brand spanking new restaurant, and it is a legendary establishment for those people from the Northeast. New Haven Pizza is a big thing, and the originator of New Haven Pizza was Frank Pepe. Frank Pepe Pizzeria Napoletana. And we're here at their first location outside of the Northeast, first location in Florida, in Plantation. It's in this new complex that's called Plantation Walk. And I'm excited. We're going to be hit with pizza. We're going to be talking to Jennifer Bamonte Kelly, who is the granddaughter of Frank Pepe, the man himself. So I'm really excited.
You do seem unusually and overwhelmingly enthusiastic from your usual grumpy self, which you were this morning after whining and fetching about your losing bets the other night. No, this is great, and it's nice to see this kind of development going on here because parking my car, I walk by a couple of the other places. It looks like it's going to be a phenomenal complex, so real great addition. And I know if your friend Joe Casal wasn't face down in the gutter after the Yankees lost last night, he would be here because there's no bigger advocate of the legendary Pepes than our good buddy Joe.
Yeah, well, Joe sends his apologies as much as he loves New Haven style of pizza, and he joins us down at Pizza Spot in Fort Lauderdale, and he wanted to come today, but he has, I guess, a big weekend of work ahead. Mm-hmm. So both him and Tasso are taking the day kind of easy. They're doing the Sunday night. Not Tasso, but Joe is doing the Sunday night football game. I don't even know where
Tasso
it is.
Tasso could do it too because they've been dogs almost every week.
Yeah, all these games have been pretty dog games.
Yeah.
So I hope Joe is watching, and hello, and we're going to give you the full report and review because Joe is a New Haven guy, a Connecticut guy, and New Haven pizza.
Look at this. They got the salad coming
they
out.
saw me and they said, this guy needs a salad.
No, it looks great. I was curious because, a lot of times you're looking for some kind of tasty, real good appetizer for your pizza, and a salad is always a good thing. But that looks classic right off the bat here.
I could even smell the dressing, like they use that classic oil and vinegar dressing that I grew up in Brooklyn. And I was talking with Jennifer because obviously New Haven pizza versus Brooklyn pizza, sometimes it becomes a thing. There's no beef. Everybody's pizza is good. I love all the styles. It's not an East Coast, West Coast rap thing. This is just pizza, and all the pizza is good. The salad looks proper. She was nice enough when I took the tour of the kitchen. She bestowed on me a can of the genuine Italian, the crushed tomatoes that they get from.
You're taking that home?
Yeah, she gave it to me. I'm going to make a little sauce.
Nice.
When I say I'm going to make a little sauce,
you're going to pass it over to your ex-wife.
Over to Michelle, and she'll make a batch of her famous meatballs using this stuff.
No, that's great that you could buy it here, though. That's fantastic.
Well, no, you can't buy it.
This
is for the stuff
grown
that
and produced in Italy, my friend. They're not fooling around.
No, and she said she just took a trip to Italy. We'll talk about this with her. Yeah. She saw the actual fields, and they said they're canning for next year for all the different Pepes because they're expanding all over the place. And we're very fortunate that the first one outside of the Northeast is here in Plantation. They're coming to Delray Beach. Dickstein, very excited about the Pepes in Delray Beach. And no, this is great because, I was looking at the pies, the ovens. They got 14 by 14. They use these huge, long paddles that call them peels. And the setup, the operation here, it's going to be opening to the public on Monday. The 24th. They're in kind of soft opening mode.
Nice space they have here, though. Really a beautiful place, well appointed for a pizza place.
Airy, it's spacious, and took them 3 months to build this brick oven that is fired by coal. It draws the moisture out of the pies. I've been getting all the lowdown on all the different food things.
Yeah, like a pro.
So I'm excited to actually eat and try some of these pizzas. And later in the show, virtually joining us is going to be our friend Neki Mohan, the return of Neki Mohan. and Visit Lauderdale, she desperately wanted to be here, but they got slammed with so much stuff that she's going to be tuning in and piping in and giving them the big Visit Lauderdale welcome wagon to the Pepe Pizzeria crowd, and we'll do that a little bit later on. But Defo, what else is going on today?
Well, you're a shot fighter already. I mean, I did want to give my one negative restaurant review that I'm never going to give on the show here.
No, today's not the day for negativity.
It's not really negative. I guess they could present it as a positive here because you're rambling and you're not making a lot of sense. But and this gets into a Chinese thing real quick.
No,
but
man, no disparagement.
It's not disparaging. I'm just saying that it ties in with all of your nonsense about how you're not getting the value out of your bottle of seltzer that you paid the $5 for. So I reshaped my thinking. I ordered some Chinese food last night from a place that
I did too. I was in a big mood for fried rice.
I normally just get a fried rice there, and that's it. They do a fairly competent job. It's not the greatest, but I'll put this as a compliment. The absence of the Peking Duck House in Pompano Beach has caused a
gaping hole
in the Chinese availability
and they're
of food.
Not coming back. What do we know? I got to go do some investigating.
I don't know. I mean, you had mentioned they had on their website that they're having problems with permits, which is not uncommon in that city. But nonetheless, I went to another place that I've been to a few times, pick up some fried rice. This time I decide, because I'm not getting full value, I noticed. Have you ever been standing around with nothing to do and you start reading a menu that's by the coffee pot? Because you don't have anything else. You're waiting for a cup of coffee to be made and brewed in the kitchen in your house. And so there happened to be a Chinese menu there from this place, May's Kitchen. And I saw that their combo dinners were just like $1 more than the fried rice.
Are we going to have a complaint about price increases?
No. You see, my God. You got to let a guy finish the story here, because
I'm trying to get it done so we could get to.
Well, I'm getting to it, but you spent a lot of time here about your enthusiasm. I'm just saying, I started thinking, and just hear me out here for a second here.
I'm giving you a little more rope,
little leeway.
Little more rope.
Yeah. I mean, you're like a referee that stops a clinch all the time. Anyway, so I started thinking, hey, for $1 more, I could get like a full meal here.
That's why it's
called
the combo.
And it includes some fried rice and an egg roll and a soup and a dinner that I'm looking for. So I made that move, and I have to say, very disappointing.
Oh, it wasn't good.
I understand why they have only $1 more value over the fried rice for this dinner.
Well, I'm going to turn this
flat as a pancake
into a positive, because I am happy.
The positive is that when the Duck House comes back, everybody in Pompano Beach will be happy.
It's funny because yesterday, I don't know if it was the weather, I had a hankering, a really strong urge just to have a little wonton soup and pork fried rice, the two basics.
Which was part of this deal.
I went to my local Hunan Wok 2 on Dania Beach Boulevard. I'm going to sing their praises because they've been there a long time. Same people have been owning and running it. They do a great job for a little local Chinese takeout joint. And before my poker tournament, I went in there. I got my soup, my fried rice. It was only $8.65. Just throw the guy a tenner. We're all good. Threw in the house mustard, key, essential. And I chowed down as I got to my poker table last night. Everything was delicious. So look at this. I made a complete
Mr. Positive over here. My God. Here's some wonton soup he's raving about. It's some hole-in-the-wall Chinese joint on Dania Beach Boulevard.
Well, I mean, not all of you.
I'm just saying that this was disappointing.
This is a role reversal, my friend, because I am Mr. Positive.
It sort of is, yes.
And it's a stunning turnabout.
I'm trying to alert the people out there. I'm trying to alert the people out there that this was not a good move.
You're trying to throw the dagger into the small little mom and pop restaurant.
There are nice people in there. Everything is fine. They make the stuff very quickly. They're efficient. They give you the right stuff, but
Lubie, let's take the first break.
Fell very, very short of satisfying. That's for sure.
This is not the tone I wanted to set. We're in a celebratory mood here at the new.
I like it that you're Mr. Good Cheer. All of a sudden, yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm gonna bestow a new nickname. You know how like diners, drive-ins, and dives is Triple D. I'm gonna call this place Triple P because it's Pepe Pizzeria.
Well, now the history of the place, though. I mean, I don't know if you really got into it when you were talking about how happy you are to be here, but. It really does have like a deep-rooted history as the originator of this whole New Haven style, right?
Frank Pepe was the guy, and we're going to find out the backstory from his granddaughter, who's here on premises, and just chatting with her a little bit before the show. I can tell she's my kind of people. She brings passion and care, and there's this whole family history. It's almost 100 years old. They opened up in 1925, and let me do the math. Older than you?
Oh, by far,
Older than me. Older than me and Lubie put together. If you combine his 40 and my 56,
you're talking 97 years. Yeah,
they're at 97. So that's why any place that has that kind of history, it's iconic in the New Haven area. Been named #1 in all these national polls and lists of pizzerias. I'm a Brooklyn boy. I still like some of my Brooklyn haunts. But we're not going to mention those today, and I'm not going to get into any kind of like pie showdown.
You do a lot of qualifying on this show, you know. So just let it rip here. You're at Pepe's. You're having a good
New York
time.
Pizza place.
Yeah,
I love I love the New Haven. Like I said, it's not as
you've been dying to try this clam pizza forever.
Oh yeah,
that's all you've talked about
Pepe
for 6 months on the show.
Pizza is one of those food items. It's like a Nathan's hot dog. It's like
I'm very curious.
Original.
Yeah,
it's now been duplicated by many and replicated by no one. And yes,
and you are changing because you haven't grabbed a fistful of salad.
No, I'm on my best behavior.
There are utensils
when
on
I'm
the
with food
on
royalty,
table.
or the third generation of food royalty. I behave myself. So
right.
Let's take a break, and then we'll be back on the Lunchbox with Jennifer Bamonte Kelly, the granddaughter of the man Frank Pepe himself.
People come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans. For 30 years, they've been doing a great job. The original location, West Side, 3303 Sheridan Street, just across from TY Park in Hollywood. And there's the East Side location, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. You go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late in both locations. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent. You like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style, a pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
Oh, we're back on the Lunchbox. Here we are at Frank Pepe Pizzeria Napolitana in Plantation, brand new. And I'm just really happy to be here with Chef DeForest, but even better, I'm here with the granddaughter.
Pizza royalty right here.
Pizza royalty.
Yeah.
Thank
I don't know if they called you a pizza princess growing up, but
No,
probably
no.
not. But Jennifer Bamonte
Kelly.
Kelly
Yes.
is. I guess you're. What do you have a title, or you're just the?
I am the spokesperson for Frank Pepe's Pizzeria, and I go to all the different sites when they are opening. I make sure that the quality is there, the team is ready, and we're ready to go.
Well, it looks like you guys are ready to rock and roll here in
We're
Plantation
excited.
at the new Plantation Walk. The official grand opening for the public is on Monday, right?
Correct.
The 24th. But you've been kind of getting the ovens ready,
Yes.
and you've been what's been going on this week?
Okay, so, well, let's go back like 3 months.
Okay, go for it.
3 months, we built the oven, and then after we get the oven built, We slowly light the oven, which we take wood for the first week. We put it in, it burns slow. Then the second week, we add more wood. Then the third, the fourth week, because we do that, we don't want the bricks to crack because they're brand new.
Right.
And then we
look at
add
this.
on, that's our white clam pie.
That's it, man.
Number
He-
one.
He's been
man.
waiting for this. I
Yeah,
don't know if we can
yes.
hold him back. You know, you might want to push
I'm
that
gonna
salad
sit
to
on
the
my
side
hands.
there.
Yeah, I know you
Because
are.
I
Don't.
want to be very
good-
well behaved.
That's right.
And
That's right.
I want to hear this process because it sounds like it's
it
not
is-
like you
I'm
can't
popping that
just
right on
No,
your plate,
no,
Mike.
no.
Bust
Yeah.
open
This
a,
is serious. I mean, we're serious about our product. That's why we've been around for 97 years.
and it smells terrific.
What's the
abs-
origin of the white clam pizza, though?
The
Because it's so
origin-
different.
Well, wait. Okay, the origin of the white clam pie came in the 1960s. My grandfather created that.
I'm
the
going
white
in for a
clam.
bite.
Yeah.
Just dough, flattened out, fresh clams cut up, oil, garlic, pecorino with cheese. You get that briny flavor, but you get that nutty flavor also from the Parmesan.
You might
It's
want to get
delicious.
something to cover your clothing while he's eating.
I know it's
Yeah,
going to
because
splash on me.
it's
I
going to
know.
go flying.
Absolutely.
And it must be extremely popular since it's so unique.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. This is our number one seller.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
yeah.
cool.
Well, yeah, I think so. It's good. And I also like sausage
Yeah.
and the bacon. My mother loved the bacon pie.
Now I have my mouth full.
It's
so
okay. You
Well,
can
he's
ask me a
the food
question.
critic, so he'll go through all of the ingredients and stuff. But
I'll try not
to
to-
maintain, like, when you have a place that is the most popular at what it does, and then I guess now was Frank Pepe is the first to do the New Haven style pizza.
My grandfather
Going back to 1925, there was
Yes.
okay. So then the other people came along and were doing the same thing.
Yes.
But how tough is it to maintain that status of being
Well,
numero uno?
Honest to God, because of our legacy and all of our traditions, we're right on top. I mean, we have the best quality. We have the best team. That one of the players is Chris Dioria. He's been here for 15, 16 years. He worked under my brother Gary.
Mhm.
My brother Gary was really the nuts and bolts of Frank Pepe's. And my brother passed away a couple of years
Oh,
ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
yeah.
So Chris worked under Gary for 15 years. My brother knew he had potential, and that's our key too, potential with the employees. But it was great. Christopher now makes sure that our quality is there. He knows what we want, and he makes sure that it's out there.
No, and so my first few bites, and again, it's early because it's still in previews. Broadway show has not officially opened yet, but
What
boy,
do you
it's a
think?
Do you
beautiful
like
thing.
it?
I mean, the like you said, the dough is light
It's
and crispy,
delicious. Yeah.
and the coal you can taste. You know, it's got that little bit of the blister and a little bit of the char, but it's not burnt at all.
No.
And it's nice and dry, so there's no moisture. It's not a soggy pizza. And that clams, you get that essence of the sea out of it. I know
Wow.
some people are not, they're a little bit seafood averse.
Only a food critic uses essence of the
Well,
sea.
or
Yeah, that
Well,
kind of stuff.
she's been around. She
I've been
used
around.
He would have
Right.
normally finished 3
And-
slices by now,
No,
too. So,
and I'll
yeah.
hit you with one more foodie term: the salinity of the clams with the
Salinity.
brininess.
Oh, yes.
And again, it's got that fresh sea essence and just that light hint of the pecorino cheese. It just
Yes.
it doesn't overwhelm it. It's a perfect bite.
How many
And,
stars are you giving this thing?
come on, this is one of America's
4 is
classics.
the top rating.
Yeah, on my scale, which was the 4-star scale, that clam pie is a 4-star
A 4.
pizza.
Oh,
So
wow.
there you go.
Mayo.
All right,
He
I got-
doesn't relinquish the 4th
There
star
you
very
go.
easily. He's very reluctant.
And that's what we're
No,
talking
yeah.
about.
No, and
That's
you know,
what we're talking
I got
about.
Jennifer gave me the grand tour earlier, and we bonded because I could see she has that food passion. She grew up with it,
I grew up.
and she's showing me around. They brought in all these people from New Haven and from the Northeast and from that whole pizza culture
Did.
to kind of imbue that same kind of feeling and passion with the crew that eventually is going to be working here solo. But it's like any good operation, you got to train people right, bring in the people who have the experience and background. And you would tell me that some of the people who are going to be working here, based here, you brought them up to the original mothership to kind of learn the
And
ins and the outs, right?
Absolutely. That's our plan. That's what we do. That's our process. We take them, we have people that they're interested. And you know, it's really something. The people that we do hire, you don't need to have experience in making a pie. It's best for us that you don't,
Right.
because we form you, we train you, we pull out your qualities inside of you to come out. This is what it's all about. My grandfather did it too.
Right. Teach
Well,
him the
you're getting
right
a-
way the
but
first
yeah,
time.
that's
As
it.
opposed, it's like when I go to a golf instructor for lessons and he looks at my swing, he says, "No, your help is unsalvageable." You know, it's like I've
But
already learned all
that's-
the bad habits. And you want people who are just like, just starting fresh from blank.
And,
It's
and
good.
yes, and also the people that do work for us, they're family. And there's no doubt, because that is how we were brought up. That's
Right.
how my grandfather
Right.
started with
It's
his
family. It's
all
tradition.
family.
And you were telling me, one of the guys you showed me here, you said you've known him since he's what, 5 years old?
No, I've known his mother, Carol, Chris Diorio, who's in charge of our quality
Okay.
control. I've known his mom, Carol, since we the age of 4,
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm 65. So,
So you knew him since
I
his
knew
first
him.
born,
I knew him when he was.
in the womb.
Mm.
Okay.
She just blew a fact by us that we can't accept 65. There's no way. By the way, that is delicious. I don't know if you mentioned that.
I did. I
no,
said
it's
it's great. It's
fantastic.
4 stars. What do you want from me?
Gave it 4 stars.
Thank you, Jeff.
And I guess that would be the difficulty, and we see this a lot with different restaurants when they expand, especially into new territory.
Right.
The ability to replicate and duplicate and have the same quality and taste and flavor that you have in the original store.
Well, that's why we have the water filtration
Yeah.
system in, because we have to make sure that pH balance is exact
Wow.
of what
Yeah.
we have in New Haven. Exact.
Very
They
scientific.
they were showing me around. Besides having these beautiful tomatoes straight from Italy, they
San
also have the
Severino.
triple osmosis system. And I was looking at it. And, that's always the biggest
Triple osmosis
concern.
system?
Yeah.
You
triple
were using
osmosis.
that to handicap
Yeah.
horses a couple
I
of weeks
sometimes
ago.
do that.
I tried to repeat what you said and I couldn't remember
The
it.
triple osmosis system.
No, and again,
Is there
it
a hospital
purifies
nearby?
the water. It gives it the right pH balance, and that way, people always say, "Oh, the water down here, you're never going to
Yeah.
get the same pizza or
Oh,
bagels
no.
like New York." But now, due to the marvels of engineering technology, we can replicate it, and hopefully, the humidity behaves. That's another challenge for bakers and things like
But
that.
we also have humidity up in New Haven too.
Right.
So we know during our hot, heated summers, when the coal is going, when all that humidity is there, we know how to do it. Chris Diorio knows how to
Right.
maintain that.
So-
I like this. Very impressive, this soft opening. Now, you would expect chaos, but
We're
it's
good.
very, very smoothly operated
our
here.
team.
Yeah.
That's our team.
Tell me how many locations do you have now? Because it
15.
started off with it was just the original
Yes.
down on Worcester, right?
Worcester
Street.
Street.
Down in New Haven.
Worcester Street,
Worcester.
New Haven.
I have that.
Connecticut. You have that Brooklyn accent.
Well, Brooklyn is Worcester, and then I went to school up in Boston, and so we say
we
Worcester.
got KG
Like,
Boston.
ends with an AH. But Worcester Street in New Haven is famous. But now, how many locations does Pepe's have?
we have 15. This is
15.
our 15th store.
Wow.
And it's the first one that's south of the Mason-Dixon line, or south of Virginia,
Yes,
the DC
yes,
area.
Yes.
Why did you choose South Florida and specifically Plantation for the first one?
I'm glad you asked that question, because I was a server for 32 years at Pepe's. I waited on people. I heard what they wanted. The snowbirds from Connecticut, they come down here. Also, we have Yale University.
Right.
We have all the other universities throughout on the Boston, Mass, whatever. We knew, and also our social media, Facebook page. They write in. They tell us where they're from. We have a marketing team that go out. They choose it, and why not choose Plantation? Look at around here.
It's nice.
The growth, the opportunities, the everything that is.
I've lived in South Florida for 33 years. He's been here 40 years, and we know the biggest complaint for people who live out in these what they call the bedroom communities that's not right on the coast is that their dining scene has always been lacking. So it's really heartening to see brands like Pepe and other restaurants are being built in this location.
Right.
And I know there's a hunger, pardon my pun, but there's a hunger to have good food, and this is going to really hit the sweet spot for the people out here in Plantation. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
How tough was it to put together a staff? A lot of restaurants that we've gone to talk about difficulty in staffing. And it seems like you have some people that are just eager and ready to go here, and they seem to be hopping around very efficient fashion. Was that a difficulty, putting together a staff and getting the number of people? Because you have a lot of people obviously serving here today and behind the scenes in the kitchen. How difficult was that for you?
I have to be honest with you. My grandfather's name, Frank Pepe, carries a lot of weight. And they know, as we all work throughout the years, we care for our employees.
Treat them like family, right?
You have to.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get anything. If you treat your employees disrespectful, what are you going to get? Disrespect.
Right. And bad morale.
That's right.
Like the chaos we have on the show here.
No, you don't have any chaos. So anyway, so what we do is that we take them, and we know. I really did.
It was like
getting
the
this
hard
back
one to
together.
hire a
guys.
good crew. Like
It was-
the way they
it's
lined up. It was yeah.
We have them fill out applications.
This was in the summer, a few months
Correct.
ago, right?
A few months ago in
You train
July.
it, yeah.
We pick out the people that we not. That's why you don't have to have you don't have to have the qualifications.
Right.
We have to have the personality,
Enthusiasm.
the energy.
Yep.
You have to know and let us see that I want to learn, because there's so many growth opportunities.
Yeah.
We have insurance, we have 401ks, we have everything.
Oh, good. Oh, you treat
employees.
people with respect.
With respect.
That's good. That's good to see. I got a couple of quick questions for
Okay.
you. First of all, some places I go and they do the clam pie and they put bacon or maybe hot peppers on it. Well, what's your feeling on that?
I love it.
Oh, you do? Okay. That's an option?
The white. You could put whatever. This is a clean palette.
Okay.
However the customers want to make their pie, that's what we
great.
do.
Because some places are very particular and said no alterations and you can't do this and this is our creation. Some of these pizza, what do they call them? The pizzaiolas,
If my grandfather only stayed like that, we would not be here today.
Right.
You have to accommodate the people. You have
Right.
to accommodate people. Without people, we don't have pizza.
That's it. Pepe
So if you
pizza.
wanted to throw pepperoni on there, you could
Well,
do it.
I wouldn't
tell
do
you
that.
what. There you go.
I would
No,
put bacon on
no,
that or
my
a little
mom-
hot peppers. or-
White clam with bacon is out of this world.
Wow.
It's
Yes,
delicious.
it's a good combo. It's
It's
like peanut
so-
butter and jelly. It
That's
works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I could see that.
What else should people like? What are you famous for? With coming here for the first time, and let's say they don't know New Haven pizza, what would you recommend for them to get?
I would recommend just a basic, simple cheese pie, so they could taste the quality of our cheese, the texture of our dough, and our sauce of the sweetness.
Nice.
That's what I would do. Then, if they want to also add in one of our fall special pies, which sausage, caramelized onion, and we have the mushrooms. The rest
The sausage, does it have the fennel seed in it? It does. That's a traditional
does.
northeastern Italian thing.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's
Some people
it's so-
get a little turned
they-
off, but I
I
love
know,
that
but
stuff.
that's okay. You can't please everyone,
No.
but we please everyone.
That's it. And one other thing, you mentioned the tomatoes. You were very gracious enough to bestow upon me one of these cans, and you said you visited the tomato
The cannery.
vineyard, or what are they, the tomato fields in
Oh.
Italy. Where was this?
San Severino,
Okay.
and I went there 2 weeks ago. I was overwhelmed with joy. I was overwhelmed with such passion about how my grandfather pushed a cart in 1925 up and down the streets of New Haven. And then I see this impressive, clean factory that it is a green factory. And they even reuse their steam. And to watch our tomatoes go through the different processes of cleaning, depicting the good from the bad, and watching it being put in the cans.
You got it. She's getting a little
I still get
emotional.
choked.
Teary-eyed, yeah, no
Oh,
doubt.
It's like
Well, it's a beautiful thing. It's a 100-year
hugged
tradition.
everyone. I hugged everyone there. It was beautiful, guys.
One quick question. So I know that you've broken ground and you're working on bringing a second one to South Florida and Delray Beach. What's the timetable on that?
We're really not sure, but it will be sometime next year.
Okay.
Because of everything that's going on.
Okay.
Sometime sooner than later next year.
Okay.
Are there other menu items besides the pizzas?
No,
No, nothing. Okay.
you keep it simple.
Very good. Very good.
Pizza, soda, beer. Pizza, soda, beer, wine.
And
now
salad.
we add salad, which is delicious.
I love
Our
the dressing.
salad is-
Sounds great.
The salad, that's
Fantastic,
what you
yeah.
meant,
Beautiful
right?
vinaigrette. And that's all you need for a
Yeah.
great meal is a nice little fresh salad with this classic vinaigrette and some crispy, delicious pizza. What else do you need?
And for
Defo?
people
It's a beautiful
who
thing.
cannot have what is that called? Where they have the
agita, indigestion.
gluten free.
Oh, gluten. Oh, I was thinking
We
of my
don't
reflux
offer
disease.
gluten free pies, but we have the salads. And we have the chicken that we could put on the salads for them.
What
You
would
know-
your grandfather think of gluten-free pizza?
I don't think he would understand it.
But he would evolve with the times and give the customers what they want,
We
right?
can't do the gluten free because there's
Oh,
too
you
many
don't?
flour.
Okay,
It's-
okay.
we
So it
just-
doesn't exist here. Okay.
We can't because we don't want to,
It just messes with the original
Yeah.
formula. It is what it is.
but we
It's
don't
like,
want to hurt anyone either. If we're not doing it right, why
It's not a
give-
pizza, though. It's like something that came down
you know,
from Mars.
Is
You
it?
know,
I'm sensitive to
doesn't
people with
taste good.
celiac
Yeah.
disease, but gluten gets a bad rep among other people.
Yeah.
It's not the enemy. Gluten is not the enemy. Sometimes sugar is.
My
but
wife,
like-
the Mustang, was ordering some gluten-free pizzas for a while because she was on
That's
some
his
kind
wife,
of medical
yeah.
thing, and she normally would never go that route, but and we got a couple, and it was not worth it.
I would make
It
a
wasn't.
face.
At that point, you may as well eat something
Make a
else.
face.
Yeah.
The cauliflower,
Yeah.
don't know. This is the real stuff. This is the real deal.
Oh, look at
And
this, man.
We got pie number 2.
Wow.
And that
Oh,
looks
look at
like
that
a,
one. Wow.
Is that a classic tomato pie? It's
This
just
is
that
my
looks
favorite
fantastic.
pie in the
oh,
world.
I
Yeah.
love this so much.
I was raised on this pie.
Okay, so tell people what it is.
It is our plain grated cheese pie, the original that my grandfather
Smells
first
great.
started. We take those tomatoes from Italy and we have them whole. And as you see in our cans of tomatoes, we have we crush our tomatoes in the back to have it always fresh. It is a sweet taste with the
Oh.
with the
Did you see me salivating over here?
with the pecorino
No, it looks-
cheese.
it looks
That's so
fantastic,
I
nice.
yeah.
still see it bubbling, so I'm gonna let it settle down for a minute
No,
before I
no,
burn
you
the.
have
No,
to
you
let-
gotta
you
dig
have
in
to
now.
let
What are
it
you
burn the
talking about
roof.
here?
I gotta
Yeah,
burn
so
the
what are you
roof.
kidding
Like Mayo
me?
guys
She
in.
wants me to
Oh.
do the Pepe initiation. I gotta lose
Yeah.
You have to
the
lose
top
the
half
roof.
of my mouth
I
here.
have to have
Here we
some.
go.
Oh,
I
wow, we're
need
gonna
to
do
have
a
a piece
All
of
right.
that. No.
And
This is
again, some people
Look
say,
at-
"Well, where's the cheese?" And I'm used to my fresh mozzarella. No, all you
Hey.
do is sprinkle a little.
How about Jennifer? Immediately goes for a couple. Yeah.
I love
Oh,
it. She-
fantastic. Thank you.
She is my kind of woman. She
Thank
is
you.
a perfect guest. I
All right,
welcome
you,
on the
you get the
Lunchbox
first bite.
anytime.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Here we
much.
go.
Thank
This is the
ready,
original now.
ready.
This is-
Salud, Centani.
Oh, it's still going.
Look
I
at
mean,
this.
yeah,
Look at
that's
this.
fantastic.
See, that's how you know it's a good pie.
All right, Mike Mayo, ladies and
Oh
gentlemen,
my God.
teeing off on another piece
It's
of pizza.
purity.
The
That's
bomb.
pizza
That's
purity.
The
There
You
we
bomb.
don't
go.
need a lot of cheese on a pizza. It's all about
It is so good.
the marriage of the sweet tomatoes with that beautiful crisp crust and a little bit of just a sprinkling of the cheese. And it's what kind of grated cheese is it?
Pecorino Romano.
Grated pecorino Murano. This is one of the
That
purest,
is great. That is
most
absolutely fantastic.
indulgent things I've ever
Wow.
had.
And it's and we get the pecorino from Italy in wheels. And we cut them up and then we grate them in the back. Everything is fresh.
So
Everything
we're ordering
is top quality.
pepperino. Is that what we're calling it? Pepperino.
No.
Pecorino.
Pecorino. Oh, you can call it a pepperino,
No.
but it's just the
Are
tomato.
you Irish? My husband. That's why I say my husband's Irish.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's funny. But it's what they order. This is known as what? A classic
the plain tomato pie.
tomato.
You got a thumbs up from Mike Mayo.
This
It's
one, if
Unbelievable.
the clam pie was 4, I
Yeah.
got to go 4.5, even though my scale only goes to 4. This is like, to
wow.
me,
Delicious.
this makes me so happy. As
Buttering
a
up the
pizza
owner
eater.
is good, but I mean, 4 and a hook, that's
Well, no.
that's
it-
overwhelming.
well, I'm going, in Spinal Tap, when they have the speaker system, the volume goes to
Yeah.
11.
Yeah.
They said, what's 11? Well, 10's the
no,
highest, but
this
it goes
is
to 11.
delicious.
This,
Yeah,
this
and,
goes
and
to
so simple.
This is the I love,
Fantastic. Yeah.
people don't understand that when it comes to food, the chefs always like to say, keep it simple, stupid.
That's right.
This is simplicity.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah. And there's beauty in
And
simplicity.
this is how it all started, right?
This is how it all started.
This is how it all started. You know how it all started? My grandfather was a bread man.
Okay, bread
And,
man. Yeah.
and
Let me just put this up.
Oh.
Yeah, got it. You got it.
and he was with his friends and where Frank Pepe's the spot is now. Grandpa was a bread man. He made bread back there. And his friends, his gumbabs, they all sat around, pot, flattened out the dough, put a little tomato sauce on it, gave it to his friend. His friend said, Frank, you have something here. You do.
Yeah. That song is fantastic.
It started from there.
Fantastic. Really, really good.
Down the streets of New Haven with a push cart. Couldn't remember who owed what. My grandfather was a very generous man. My grandmother said, Noni said, Frank, we have to have it. We have to have them come to us so we can know what's going on. We have to keep a record. And
Well,
that's
what
how
are
it
the
all.
hours going to be?
I'm sorry.
The hours. What are the hours going to be?
Every day?
Oh, 7 days a week.
How late for the
10 o'clock at night.
10?
10
Oh,
on the
nice.
weekends, even 10?
Weekends,
or
I think, are
maybe
11:30, right?
This area might go
And,
a little bit
Wait.
deeper. But again, the website is, I guess, Frank Pepe.
11 to 10? And
11 to
takeout,
10.
delivery?
We do takeout. We don't do delivery right now, but we do takeout.
And I would think these pies are something you got to come here and experience right out of the
Either way
oven.
to go.
No,
You can't really. I mean, I'm
You
sure.
could.
Can you? Does it travel at some of the other
oh my
locations?
gosh,
Yeah.
I live in Connecticut, and when I see my grandkids in St. Augustine, I take pies and I tie them right on the plane.
Yep.
And they're delicious.
That's good. I imagine it reheats nicely the next day
It
if
does.
you throw it in the fridge.
I put it
Defo
in
likes.
the toaster.
He's been known to.
Oh, no, I'm a
refrigerate his
leftover
pizza.
freak.
Oh
you know.
yeah.
It often
Tested the-
tastes better to me the second time around.
Yeah,
It really
I
does.
can't wait to
Yeah.
try the sausage. I can't wait to try every variety here.
Okay.
It's going to be fantastic.
Yes,
And he will
Again-
stay here until 10
that's okay.
and
I'll sit
after
right
to
down
try and
next
eat
to 'em.
every one. Yeah.
So once again, we're here with Jennifer Bamonte Kelly,
Hi guys.
granddaughter of Frank
Great
Pepe,
job. Great
at
job.
the
Thank
new Frank Pepe Pizzeria Napolitana in Plantation. And if you might, I mean, I'm calling it Triple P, Pepe Pizza Plantation. It's easy to remember. It's
Thank
an iconic food from New Haven, Connecticut. Oh, and tell me about what are
Oh,
we drinking here?
The Fox and Park soda. We started using Fox and Park soda in 1925.
And this, we see it around
And they
very
mi-
sparingly, mostly
right.
at places that have New Haven connections.
My
right?
grandfather and the owner of Fox and Park, they was like a marriage. So, Grandpa sold his soda,
Right.
and that's it.
And,
so we only
and it's the same initials, FP.
FP, like Frank Pepe. When I was a little girl, should I tell you the story or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
When I was a little girl, FP, when I would see the FP on the bottle, I thought I would go to Papa, go, oh, you have your initials on the bottle. And he said, no, General F. That's Fox and Park. I thought it was Frank Pepe. And now look, we have Frank Pepe on our tomato cans.
You got the
It's so
Pepe
cool.
tomato cans.
Well,
the
here's to
Frank-
you. Here's
Oh,
to you.
Here's
And
oh.
great
one more
success here.
toast.
Thank you.
And we really do thank you for hosting us today.
Yeah, great
And,
job.
I thank you.
And thank you for sharing some stories.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
You guys are
And I
awesome.
will let you wrap up because the story of the oven, we kind of cut you off. So
Oh,
it was
yeah.
that whole process. But again,
That's
it was
love.
getting the bricks warmed up, getting the temperature cranked
That's
up.
right.
And then just in the last week, you bring in the coal or
We have already the coal there.
Yeah.
And how we season the oven.
seasoning is
Is
just getting
when-
it ready.
That's
Yeah.
right. And
Yeah.
we put pies in there.
Yeah.
We do not throw out any pies that we
Right.
had seasoned in there. We either give them to our employees.
Oh, you've been
or-
giving them away. You've
Oh,
been doing
yes.
some charitable
and that's
stuff.
why. And that's why.
How
we
many
do a
have you
soft
made in preparation before you sell the first one? And,
I-
and including this weekend, you're still doing this soft opening stuff.
I am not sure
Right.
right now, but I can get back to you on
That's
that.
all right. I'm sure it's a couple of hundred.
Oh,
if
let's
not
just say
thousands. yeah.
1,000. No, not 100.
Yeah, it's a lot. And again, it
Not
gets
1,000.
shows you the pride and care that they put into
We
their
do.
product. And
All
they
of these
don't-
other pies that are going by us here to the customers that came for the soft opening look phenomenal also. I mean,
Yeah.
they really do.
But
it-
that oven is the key.
Yeah, that's great.
That's our.
Can I ask how? Well, first of all, coal is a substance you don't really see a lot of
Right.
to burn pizza or to,
Right.
to cook pizzas, and a lot of wood burning ovens we see around. Obviously,
right.
there's the gas ones.
Right.
So, what's the difference of coal? What makes it so special?
The coal-fired, when you have coal-fired oven, it takes out the water.
Right.
So it doesn't have your pie soggy. It gives a chewy crust,
It gives
a
it the
chewy
firmness.
crust, nice charred crust. It's just rendering all the juices that are on from the meats on the pizza.
Oh my God.
It's a great.
we
It's
got
a
one
great.
more.
And look
Oh, we
at
got
this.
the
It's a
pepperoni.
You're gonna have to go
It's
no
great.
loss pretty soon.
It's
yeah.
great.
I'm gonna go in for the
Yeah.
pepperoni. Look at
All
that.
right. Well, Jennifer, fantastic having you on the show.
Thank you so
and
much.
great having you on. And your hospitality couldn't be any more gracious.
Thank you.
And again, so you said there's 15 Pepes around.
Yes.
But the furthest south it has become before being here in Plantation, Florida, was like the Washington, D.C. area.
Correct.
But there's a bunch in Connecticut, obviously
Yes.
the original New Haven.
Correct.
You've made your way up to to Boston,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Any in New York or
Yonkers.
Yonkers? Okay.
Yes, one in Yonkers.
And but this stuff, it is.
We are.
I'm really pleased to see that is not only you're carrying on the tradition of your grandfather, but you're doing it in a way that would make him proud, because this is great stuff.
Well said, Mike Mayo.
you.
All right. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Thanks.
Have you been to Tropical Acres?
Oh, it's a local steakhouse
Yeah,
that
I know.
actually started its
know-
roots in Yonkers. It used to be known as the something, I forgot, but the Harvey family in Yonkers.
Okay.
They started a steakhouse. They came down to Florida, and they're one of our sponsors of the Lunchbox show, the Tropical Acres Steakhouse. It's on Griffin Road, just down the road here. It's been around since 1949. And the Studiali family, they've been running it since the 1960s. They're cousins of the original family. It's one of our favorite places, and we do a little live spot for them every day, but I don't mind sharing some info with you,
Well,
because
I
you
will
should
be
tell
going-
your crew
Yes.
if they want a good value on a great steak. They do the
Absolutely.
prime rib, the filet mignon. They have a twin lobster special right from Massachusetts, $35 for two of them. That's a beautiful thing at Tropical
beat it.
Acres. 2500 Griffin Road. Go in there. They're open every day but Sunday. And we love Tropical Acres. And we also now love Pepe Pizzeria Napoletana
Thank
in
you.
Plantation.
Thank you.
We'll be back after these words.
Thank you,
on the
Jennifer.
Lunchbox.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more? Go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets. They've got eggs Benedict. They've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Go in there on a Wednesday. They got buy one, get one on cheesesteaks from 5 to 8 p.m. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox.
Oh, we're back here on the Lunchbox, and we're just, I guess, smothered and covered in pizza right now. They keep bringing out French pies, Defo. What do you think? We're here at Pepe's.
Really enjoyed that simple tomato pie. That was fantastic. Normally, you would think conceptually that any pizza, you've often talked about it being a New Yorker, and everybody's always searching for a New York pizza. You have to kind of change the focus of your search if you're looking for great pizza in South Florida. Forget all that. Forget about Wool Hops. Forget about all of your New York ties, and look for the really unbelievable greatness of some of the other things that are out there. Now, New Haven style is different than New York anyway, but there was a pizza essentially without cheese, which I would have thought would have been an absurdity, an aberration, a reason to be arrested or even criminally prosecuted if you were calling yourself a pizza place. And it was so simple and delicious. The sauce was fantastic. As Jennifer said, it really awakened all of your taste buds. And while it was different, it was outstanding. And I would imagine, I haven't tried this pepperoni
the
deal here.
is pretty solid there, Defo. You got to get in for it.
You know what? I can only consume so much, as I always tell you at this time of the
Really?
day. But I like both of the things that I had so far.
My
All
motto
good.
is never enough, even though I try
Yeah.
to be Mike Moderation Mayo. What do you think there, Lubie? You were sitting on the sidelines.
Lubie's
were you
trying a little of
nibbling,
everything,
a
yeah.
little bit? Oh, good. I got him like me with the
Yeah,
mouth.
pull the Mayo.
He
Yeah.
pulled a Mayo here on his
Yeah,
own
but-
show. Yeah.
So here's the deal. I actually had the same reaction. I'm like, is that just tomato? And I'm like, dang, it'd be cool if they did some kind of a different cheese. And then I tried it and I realized, oh, that's why they do it.
Yeah.
The sauce is spectacular. Like, I'm a big guy on, like, it's like barbecue. The barbecue sauce really is what makes the barbecue a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Depending, unless you have to rub whatever.
When you want something different and lighter and just that simplicity, that's a beautiful thing. Our friend Wade does that too. And something that's really traditional is you take that pie and you put a couple of anchovies on it.
That's interesting.
That's true Italian.
Yeah, Tom T did
I
it.
could live
Tom T
without
did it.
that.
That's old school, old world Italiano right there. You know, a couple of old, like 70-year-olds playing bocce. They would have that
I thought you were
tomato
going to say a couple
pie.
of old Jews there, but no, we didn't play a lot of bocce.
Couple of old paisans
There's your man.
playing bocce. Hey, look at that. Poker Sean is in the hizzle, and he's going to say hi to the crowd. Yeah. Come grab a slice. It's Friends and Family Day at Pepe Pizzeria Napolitana. So I invited one of my friends, and we're just having a grand old time.
Well, and it's pretty nice, too, the way they did it. I mean, they have the public coming out here. They're serving them large pies. I mean, there's a young lady with her son, and they have a large pie that was on the house, a bowl of this delicious salad, a couple of drinks, and it's a nice way to introduce themselves to the community. Really doing everything in style here at Frank Pepe's.
Doing it right. They're getting all the I don't sense any glitches yet, which is great.
A massive staff here.
It seems
Well,
like
they're very well staffed.
that oven and the pies are coming out pretty good.
Yeah,
so
and usually when you have a freebie giveaway of food, having been on many a radio remote where they were catered and the people would come out, and I don't want to label people as freebie artists as being schleppers, but we would see the usual schleppers showing up at the same thing. But the way that they organize this is absolutely fantastic, because you don't have that freebie food chaos.
Yep.
So you can tell that this is just a very well run, professionally run joint. And they've done a great job, obviously, of replicating what they had going in New Haven.
they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they've only been doing it for just 97 years.
Yeah.
So I would highly encourage people to come check this out if you're into pizza. And like I said before,
here on the west side of town, too.
This is great because it's serving a need for the people that are further out west. Of course, we got our spots that we love east.
Yep.
And there's enough to go around for everybody.
Yep.
There's only about 2 million people in Broward County, about 6 million people in South Florida as a whole.
Yep.
I think there's plenty of room for more great pizza. And like I sound like a broken record, Defo, but it's not a zero-sum game. Just because there's one great New Haven pizza doesn't mean that it's New York-style pizza that's done.
Geographically, I'm not jumping on 595, going north on University, pulling into a big complex. In general, taking a half hour to come get a pizza when I could get one 5 minutes from my house. But that's kind of the way it is. It's a territorial type of thing.
This is worth the drive.
But if you're here, if you're here in the area, it's nice to know. And this looks like it's going to be a phenomenal complex.
I see because you're in that old man thing and you just like going for your crappy Chinese food and not getting your money's worth. Me, I'm I hate the word foodie, but I'm a guy who likes and appreciates
you
food.
travel for food. I'll give you that.
I will go up to 1 hour in any direction, sometimes 90 minutes, if it's worth it. And to me, a place like this is worth it. A place like all of our sponsors are worth it. This is just fantastic. We're so happy that they're in town. And unfortunately, Neki Mohan, Visit Lauderdale, couldn't make it today.
Well, what happened to her?
She got hung up in a couple of different meetings, but she wanted to convey.
That's the problem with working with the government. Always meetings, newspapers, radio stations.
The Neki and the whole Visit Lauderdale crew wanted to roll out the welcome mat and just say they're very pleased that they have the newest resident of Broward County. I think like Broward and Florida every day, I think it's something like 90 people move into Broward every day. That's the
crazy.
Latest figure I heard.
And the people all look happy here. I know they're eating for free, but they all look really happy.
We've seen people complain about free. Complaining here today.
If you
a
see
good
anything
time.
on Let's Eat South Florida complaining about the soft opening, that they weren't treated right, or it took an extra 5 minutes to get their food, which
lying.
doesn't seem to be the case. I mean, I see people sitting down and
It's coming
They had
out.
stuff
I
right
always
away.
tell
Yeah.
people don't review a place on the online on Yelp or whatever if it's in the first month. Give these
Gotta give
people
them
a chance.
they're ready to go here, though.
But
They're ready to
based
go.
on what I've tasted tonight, these people are raring to go, ready to go, and it's going to be a good weekend for them. They officially open on Monday. They're having another little party tomorrow night for some invited guests. I won't be able to make it here tomorrow because I've got the big gala affair at the Dickstein residence up in Delray Beach being catered by
Thanks
Tom
a lot.
T.
Yeah, what was our
appreciate
invite for
the
that?
invite there.
It's always on a Tuesday when I
This
have
is a
trivia.
company
like-
retreat. This is where it's strictly for people that have been working on the Best of Delray Beach app. And
I thought we're pseudo family from
Wait,
some of
we
16's
are.
messages.
You are welcome to Tuesday night. We're having another big soiree.
Well, while
at the
you're
Warren.
embarrassing us with the fact that we're not invited, to, even though we've been nothing but wonderful to Dickstein and the
I
app.
did adore
and-
Dickstein,
and
but
who's used this more as a promotional tool than Dickstein? So it's okay, Steve.
You'll
whatever.
We'll be at your next freebie, and we don't mind being left out of the really good one. But you did hit on this. I loved it because I love to get you started. Because I was playing tennis with my son last night, and he mentioned that his boss took him and two other people, so a party of four, out to Maestro's. And
Oh, God, that place.
It's you think of Maestro's the way Yankee fans are thinking of the Astros
Give
now.
the figure. How much did they spend in his group? It was how much?
Four people,
$4
four
grand for
dimes.
4 people.
$4,000. You know how many Pepe pizzas
A couple of
you can
bottles of
buy?
$1,000 wine, though.
Yeah,
You know how many
exactly.
Pepe pizzas you can buy for
$4 dimes,
$4,000?
Well, not even-
You could feed all of
But you can't think
Plantation
like
for
that, can you, Mr. Foodie? I mean, you have to think:
Well, first of all,
is it worth it? Because
the
it's
answer is
it's
no.
so good that it's a once in a
Mastro's,
lifetime thing.
I gave a negative review when I was the critic of the Sun Sentinel. It's a
So you're not welcome. now.
here's the word that you all ascribe to me: pretentious. That is
Yes.
a pretentious
It
place.
feels like the
The
definition.
food is overpriced. They think they're God's gift to restaurants, and let me tell you, they're not. This place.
I'm
is.
glad I got him started.
Yeah, you
got him
I'm
started.
glad I got him
Definitely good at
started.
that.
I had to go into the weekend with a little
you know,
negativity
Mastro,
from
I
Mayo.
hate to. I probably should go back because I only went that one and only time.
At
back
four
when it
dimes
first
for
opened.
four, I'm not going back.
And there are other great steakhouses around town.
Yeah.
You got the value one in Tropical Acres. You got some of the higher priced deluxe ones like Council Oak at the Hard Rock, where Sean likes to celebrate his big scores. And but Mastro's, it just doesn't fall into my wheelhouse.
You can't eat there for less. It's not like everybody has to
and
spend
it's,
four dimes.
it's just whatever. But if there are people who like
Yeah.
it, and that's it. I say I'm glad you enjoy it.
I want
you
the
could have the
Botox
party
concession
without me.
from what you
So,
said this
All
morning.
right, there you go. Thank you for bringing us back to the negative, Mr. Negative Defo.
I'm having a
We
great weekend
started with
coming
the
up.
negative Chinese. We
And
end with the
the stuff
negative
wasn't
steak.
very good,
But
I
in
have to say.
between, we got this unbelievably beautiful pizza at Pepe Pizzeria Napolitana in Plantation. Come on out, check it out for yourself. Starting next week, Monday is the grand opening to the public, and it'll be open every day thereafter. It's going to be a big, big hit, I could tell, especially among the transplanted Yankees, not the New York Yankees, but the Connecticut Yankees and beyond. Have a great weekend, Defo and Lubie. We're going to be out of here. And good. My meeting for later today got pushed to next
no.
week.
Nice.
So I can go back to the poker tables later and hopefully make another big score
Let's hope
and
so.
afford another weekend of fun and frivolity. All right. And I got
it's a
seltzer to
seltzer.
close
Free
out
on
the
the
week.
house.
They're not
It's on the house,
charging
Mr.
$5
Fetch.
either. All right.
All right.
That's going to do
Been
it
great.
for today and the week. Enjoy the weekend, everybody. Remember to enjoy every pizza, a pizza pie, and enjoy every sandwich.